Hi friends, Evolving Guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for following along with our collection journey. So today's a very fun video. As you can see, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to open some Evolving Skies, which is always kind of a, appointment viewing, I guess. So we have 3 of these 2-pack blisters, we'll call them. These are Pokemon official. They're not kind of the same ones like you would find on the Pokemon Center website, but they are packaged by Pokemon. You can see here they have all the Pokemon stuff on them. Yeah, these are pin packs. They have an Evolving Skies and a Chilling Reign hiding behind with a pin. In this case, they're all the Latios pins. Is that Latios or Latios? I get them mixed up. But anyway, I've got 3 of them I'm going to open. I picked up a bunch of these. I don't know. I can't even remember. Maybe a year ago or at some point, these were showing up at my local Rite Aid pharmacies. They were just like showing up, and I would check in and they would have some. And so I'd pick some up, and I kept picking them up until they were gone. And of course, even then, Evolving Skies was like hot stuff, and it was just fun to see it on store shelves. And so I picked up a bunch of these, but then I was actually just going through my collection the other day, and I realized that some of them are actually starting to kind of peel apart. The glue is not holding, or they were already, I don't know when they were damaged, but these are ones that aren't going to make sense to keep for my sealed collection because they're kind of partially unsealed, and also even to resell, I can understand maybe someone would still buy them, but I don't know. I was almost kind of glad when I was going through them. I was kind of hoping that there were some that were like this, because then that's an excuse for me to open them on the channel. So as it turns out, 3 of the ones that I had are kind of in this condition. So they are sealed. I haven't tampered with them, but just that, again, they don't really have another purpose. So we're going to open these. I checked, I can't find prices for these on TCG Player because they're not kind of official in that sort of sense, but I did check on eBay, and, these are going for around $40, which makes sense. You've got the Evolving Skies pack. I don't know what the latest market price for an Evolving Skies pack is, but I would think probably between $20 and $30, and then you've got Chilling Reign, which is, I think a pretty good set in Scarlet and Violet, or excuse me, in Sword and Shield. It has a lot of great cards as well. Actually, it has more. I think it has more ultra rares than Evolving Skies even. So, anyway, without further ado, I've talked long enough. We're going to open this. So this is maybe going to be a little bit shorter video because there's only 6 packs, but these are fun packs that we're going to open. So we'll just do these one at a time. We'll start with the Chilling Reign. We are still chasing 3 cards for our master set of Chilling Reign. We're chasing the Moltres, the Blaziken, VMAX, the sort of hot cards in that set. And I think we need the Snorlax gold card too. So anyway, we'll see how we do. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put 2 to the back. This is old Sword and Shield style, so we got to do the card trick. So we'll see how we do. Of course, Evolving Skies is really the main event, but I'm excited to open some Chilling Reign on as well. This does have a lot of great cards. Avery, got some trainers in there. All right. Oh, we did get a hit, so I can look back at it. It is a good code card, but it's just a holo rare Beedrill, so it's technically a hit. If you remember the Sword and Shield era, holo rares counted as hits. You weren't guaranteed a holo rare. Oh, where did my other? This is just sitting on top. All right. So Evolving Skies number 1. We're going to open 3 of these. We'll see how we do. Again, I don't know. I've opened a lot of Evolving Skies over the years, especially when it was, more available. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 to the back, and then we'll. Now, neither of these sets have any sort of like trainer gallery or any sort of special card that would show up in the reverse slot. So the reverse slot is just going to be a regular reverse holo. Nothing exciting. When you do the card trick this way, it puts you go through the commons first, and you get the energy, and then you get the uncommons, and then, which would include all the trainers. At least there were no common trainers in the Sword and Shield era, and then we get our reverse, and then just a Sharpedo. Yeah, these rares, these regular rares in Evolving Skies have broken a lot of hearts, like the Drampa, the Sharpedo. We kind of know them, right? So, nothing in that first. We'll set that up there. We do have these pins. Yay, there's a pin. All right, second one. This one, I think, oh yeah, it was coming apart up here at the top. So again, kind of an excuse. So we'll dump the pin out. We'll add the pin to our, there you go, they can fly in formation up there. All right, we'll start with Chilling Reign again. So let's see. I mean, like I said, the alt arts in these sets are really hard to pull, much harder than the special illustration rares are in Scarlet and Violet, and so, you know, you can't really expect that. You know, a booster box, I feel like, I forget now the hit rates, but you're talking like 7-8 hits a booster box, and that includes the holo rares, so it really is like tough to pull anything out of these packs. But you know, they exist, the cards exist. We've had some luck here and there. I've told the story in the past that my son, like, we bought 4 packs of Evolving Skies when the set first released, before we knew it was going to be like Evolving Skies, and he opened his first, I had 2 and he had 2. I had nothing in my 2 packs, and he pulled the Sylveon VMAX alt art in his first like pack of this. And that, you know, and we also pulled a few of the other. Okay, nothing there, and we can check, yeah, bad codes. So in the code cards, yeah, if you are kind of newer to the hobby, if you got a code card like this, that's a bad code. I guess the code cards weigh different amounts, and that's considered a good code. So you know you have a hit if you have a code card that looks like this. You know you don't have a hit if you have a card that looks like that. And my understanding is that's because the code cards are different because they weigh different amounts, and that's to just help kind of offset so that you can't weigh the packs. Kind of changes so the weight of the pack is the same regardless of whether there's a hit or not. Of course, you know, from, I don't know when weighing stopped being a thing, but in early eras you could weigh packs to know if it was more likely to have a hit. All right, we've got our second Evolving Skies. Can we pull something? We have, you know, I've opened some Evolving Skies over the months. I mean, I did a long time ago, but I started the channel about a year ago, and we have opened some Evolving Skies. We did a full Evolving Skies opening, actually. Sorry, it's having a hard time focusing. My phone's getting tired, I guess. Yeah, we opened actually 36 packs of Evolving Skies at one point. We have pulled some like full arts and some decent things. I mean, they're not like life-changing, but... All right, Psyduck, and then do we have, I just see, hey, it is again. This is technically a hit, so we should have, if we go back, yeah, it's actually a hit. So you see it's got the good code, and we've got the Entei, but just a holo rare, so that's not going to be too exciting. So we're 0 for 4, really. Well, again, it's hard to know. We've actually had several hits here, if you count holo rares, but nothing better than a holo rare. We're down to our last pack, so... We'll see. I was kind of hoping, just like, what are the chances that maybe, you know, I have some of these that are sealed and they're still in good shape, so we're not opening those. And, you know, what are the chances that maybe, you know, the Pokemon gods are smiling on us, and that one of the packs that kind of just so happened the glue kind of failed, that maybe there's something that wants to be discovered in one of these. So we're down to our last 2. Let's put that to the side. We've got our last Chilling Reign. 1, 2, 3, 4. I used to have some Evolving Skies just set aside. I think I only have one of those packs left besides these ones we're opening here. So I have other in my seal collection, but again, it just doesn't make sense to kind of open those. I don't know why my focus is not working super well here, but all right, Fog Crystal. Was a good trainer once. Several trainers. Path to Peak. That's a good. I might actually have some value as a reverse. All right. Just a Doug Trio. All right, nothing there. And if we look, yeah, bad code. All right, we're down to our last pack. Umbreon. Umbreon is all the rage. Maybe can we pull in a Moonbreon from an Umbreon art? So it is fun to get to open these. Again, I'm kind of in some ways glad that a few of these packs had, a few of these packagings were not cooperating. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2. Oh, that's got a, doesn't look amazing in there, so it's not going to be a PSA 10. Yeah, I don't know why my camera's having trouble today. Anyway, all right, last one. We'll see if we have any luck. Thanks for following the channel. Thanks for following along as we just enjoy the collection, enjoy the journey. All right, Seismitoad, that is a rare. All right. Oh, there it is. I thought, Grandpa. All right, and there's our code. Not a good code. So, all right, no luck this time. We'll keep at it. Thanks, guys, for following. Check back for more videos soon.